Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to talk to you about my tattoos. You can probably see this lovely package in the background. I was kindly gifted some products from Stories and Ink, which is a brand that I have used for years and I absolutely love them. They do an amazing range of body products which is catered towards tattoo skin. So whether your tattoos are brand new or you've had them for a number of years, Stories and Ink have pretty much got you covered. So in this video we're going to go through all of my tattoos and I'm going to talk to you about some of the products that I love to use. I know that tattoos are not everybody's cup of tea, that is absolutely fine. So if tattoos are not for you, then feel free to click off this video. I love all of my tattoos and they are a part of me, so just think twice before you decide to type something mean. But all you lot are lovely, so I don't think we'll be getting any of that on this video. So with that out of the way, let's get on with the fun stuff. I'm going to go through my tattoos first, and then at the end I'm going to talk to you about the products I like to use. Now I've got quite a lot of tattoos. I am 30 years old and I started getting tattooed when I was 20. I am by no means covered, but I do have quite a few. I can try and do these in order, but there is definitely a middle section where I do not remember which came when. So I think I'm just going to do it by just working across my body, and I will start with my first tattoo that I got. Let's get the jacket off for this. All of my tattoos are black and grey or black work tattoos. You will never find a coloured tattoo on my body. I just prefer black work or black and grey. That does not mean to say that I don't like coloured tattoos though. Like, I am such a tattoo fan, and if I see like a really bold, crisp, traditional that's in really bright colours, then I just love it. But for me, I just think black and grey works best. So I'm going to start with my first tattoo, and this is on my left arm. It's actually quite difficult to show you. I'll try and do some like clips and cut them in. Here on my forearm, it is a line work tattoo and it's the alchemaic symbol for earth. Now I know I said I love all of my tattoos. There are definitely some I love more than others, and this being my first tattoo, I'm not entirely happy with the placement. It's quite a big tattoo for the area, and I actually think I might get this covered up at some point, but I do still love the symbol and I might get that tattooed somewhere else on my body, just somewhere smaller. Maybe I'll do a little pain rating for each tattoo actually, because I know everyone is always really interested in whether it hurt or not. This being my first tattoo, I'd probably give it out of 10 a 2. The area was not painful at all. It all took about 20 minutes to get done, so pain was barely a thing. The only other tattoo that I have on this arm is on my bicep, and it is of this Grecian urn. I absolutely love this tattoo. This is one of my newer ones. I got this one over the last couple of years. I've wanted a Grecian urn tattoo for a really long time and I just absolutely love this. It's healed so well, it looks so bold and I love it. Pain wise, out of 10, I'm going to give this one a 6. It was pretty painful. The inner bicep is quite, I don't know, like quite soft and I found that it really hurt. It didn't take that long at all. It probably took an hour and a half, but yeah, it was a bit of a spicy one. We'll move on to my other arm now, and you can see that I have got quite a few on this one. All of these pieces on my arms have been done at different times, so I've kind of pieced this sort of 3/4 sleeve together rather than having a plan for it. But I feel like the subject matter is all kind of within the same sort of thing. I could probably remember vaguely my first tattoo that I got on this arm. I got these little broken arrows and this lotus flower, which were all done at the same time. Didn't take too long, and I'd say on the pain scale they were about a 3 to 4. The next one I got done on my arm was my little Pegasus. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology and I really love Hercules, the Disney film, so I got a tattoo of a Pegasus. It's not the Pegasus from Hercules, but it is a Pegasus. When people see this tattoo, their first reaction is, oh my god, you've got a unicorn tattoo, and it really annoys me because it's not a unicorn, it has no horn and it's got wings, it's a Pegasus. On the pain scale, I'm going to give this one a 4 as well. It did get a little bit nippy when you kind of go into the armpit area for the wings, but otherwise it was not bad at all. Along with the Pegasus, I've also got a little moon next to him. It was like a dot work, really pale grey moon, which has faded quite a lot now, but I think I got that one done not too long after I had the Pegasus. Pain scale, oh my god, like a 3. My next one is my lamp on my inner bicep. This is obviously based on Aladdin's lamp. I am a massive Disney fan. I don't think you know this about me. Me and my family love Disney, a big part of my childhood. Aladdin was a massive part of my childhood and still, you know, I still love it to this day. And I just thought a lamp was a really cool tattoo. I absolutely love it. I love the detail on the lamp and the kind of Tibetan smoke that comes out of it. Pain scale, inner bicep, again, it was quite painful, so I think like a 4 or 5. Let's talk about my shoulder tattoo. This is a sun and moon. Sun and moon tattoos, I've always loved them. I think they look incredible. I chose to get a sun and moon because of Greek mythology, so Apollo and Artemis. So Apollo being the god of sun and the daytime, and then Artemis being the goddess of the moon and night. Pain scale, 10. Absolutely a 10. This one hurt so much. I don't know if it's because of the placement or because of the tattooist. Whenever I've got other tattoos since getting this one, they've asked me who did it, and when I told them, they were like, oh, I heard he's quite painful. And yeah, he was. I haven't got my other shoulder tattooed yet, so I can't actually compare, but my God, this is definitely one of the most painful ones so far. And I bled quite a lot as well with this one. It did take a long time to heal, and it does feel like it's scarred a little bit. I still love it though. I do like it, the way it sits on the shoulder. I think it looks really nice, and I do still really like it. Underneath, I've got my laurel wreath. This one's like a cute little gap filler, but again, I got it for the Greek mythology connection, so Apollo. Pain was probably like a 2. This one was super simple to sit through. Where shall we go next? Shall we go on the back of my arm? On the back of my arm, I've got a maple leaf. I've got a lot of family that live in Canada, and I spent a lot of my family holidays, a lot of my time when I was younger in Canada. I've got quite a lot of like natural elements on this side of my arm, which is kind of like the overarching theme. And I did want some kind of leaf tattoo on my arm, and I went with a maple leaf just because of that connection with my family. Pain wise, oh, I remember this one hurting quite a bit. I remember feeling like I wasn't enjoying it at all. So I think I'm going to give this one a 5. Below that, I've got my dino skull. This one I got quite recently. I think I got this one last year. I'd honestly been trying to fill that gap for so long. And again, I just thought it was pretty cool. It's a T-Rex skull. I remember that one feeling fairly painful as well, so I'm going to give that one a 5. The more tattoos I've got, the more painful they are. I think the adrenaline has gone now. Like, I'm no longer excited to get a tattoo. When I was getting my first few, there was that kind of rush of adrenaline, whereas now I'm like, let's get it over with. And because of that, I feel like they hurt a bit more now. But they're not impossible to sit through. I've never had to ask anyone to stop, and I've never had to like leave a sitting because it was too painful. I've always managed to get through. Still on my arm, we've got my peonies. I love these peonies. Getting these tattooed was such a lovely experience. It was done by somebody my boyfriend went to university with, who has now become an amazing tattooer. This isn't really the style that he normally does. I think I got this done a good few years ago, whereas now his style is totally different but still amazing. But it was just such a lovely experience getting tattooed. My boyfriend was with me, so they were having a nice chat. I was just crying in pain, but you know, it was just, I remember it being a really nice few hours. Pain-wise, it did hurt. Like, this one was quite painful, especially like getting towards my elbow. So I'm gonna give this one a 7. The last one on my arm is my newest tattoo, and I love her so much. And that is my crystal cluster. This is done by a girl in Bristol who I have followed on Instagram for so long, and I got tattooed by her last summer. I love the subject matter. Like, it makes me think of like magic and spells, and I really love that. I'm such a little nerd. But I also am really into crystals. Like, I do have crystals. I cleanse them. I really enjoy using them to amplify my energy. So yeah, I really like this tattoo. It's healed so well as well. Like, the lines are so clean. It just looks amazing. So I'm so excited to get tattooed by her again. Pain, I will give this a 4. It wasn't too bad at all. It took like 3 hours, and definitely by the end of that 3 hours, it was kind of creeping up to a 5, but overall it was absolutely fine. I think that's my arms done. Let's move down to my legs. I don't actually have that many left to go. Let's get this one out of the way. On my right ankle, I've got an anchor. It was probably like my 3rd or 4th tattoo that I got. I think people typically get anchors as a kind of symbol of grounded, like keeping yourself grounded. That isn't actually why I got it. It was kind of like a weird metaphor, I guess. I got it because, like, wherever I am, wherever my feet are rooted, I feel at home. And I think it's just kind of like a feeling comfortable with myself and feeling grounded within myself, I suppose. Like, I feel just really comfortable with myself. On the back of my left foot, ankle, I've got a shell. And basically, the only way to describe this is mermaids. I think you can probably build up a bit of a picture of me, that I'm a bit of a daydreamer. I like mythical things, like magical things, fantasy, Disney. So I feel like the shell is like symbolic of all of that. That one didn't take long. It took 40 minutes, but I remember it being pretty spicy because of the placement. I remember that one hurt quite a bit, so I'm going to give it a 6 to 7. Now for one of my favourite tattoos on my left leg on the outer calf. So my boyfriend got a tattoo in Denmark by an amazing artist, and he was always going to go there twice. So for the first time we were there for 2 days, and he got the outer edge of his sleeve done, and then we were always going to go back for him to finish it off. In that time, there was an artist in the studio, because I was there with him for the whole 2 days. There's an artist in that studio that I absolutely loved. Like, I loved his work, so I booked in with him for the following year. So when we went back to finish my boyfriend's tattoo, I was also getting tattooed, which was so much fun. It was such a good experience. Mine was a full day sitting and it was the longest tattoo I've ever had. It was hard work, and although it wasn't overly painful for the whole time, I would say it started off at a 5 and definitely crept up to a 9. And my final tattoos are on my ears. So on my left ear I've got 2 lines, and on my right ear I've got some dots. On the pain threshold I'm just going to give this a 1. It really didn't hurt at all. It felt more weird than anything. Like, it felt like quite tickly, and it felt like my head was vibrating. But other than that, it was absolutely fine, and I do want to get a few more tattoos on my ears. So that was all my tattoos. Yeah, it's quite fun talking about them actually. I don't normally talk about my tattoos that much because everyone is just used to them now. So I would say all of my tattoos have healed pretty well, apart from maybe my first one, just because the line work is a little bit scraggly. But overall, like, all the rest of my tattoos, especially my newer ones, have healed really well. It is really, really important to keep taking care of your tattoos even after they have gone through that healing process. As long as you're keeping your skin moisturised and well exfoliated, your tattoos should still look really sharp and crisp. But I'm now going to talk to you about the products that I really like to use on my skin. Behold this lovely box. So like I said, Stories in Ink have kindly gifted me this, but I have used pretty much all of the products in here. There's only one that I've never tried. But firstly, presentation, amazing. I also really love the branding as well, and I just want to talk about that for a bit, just because I think the branding is so clean and the illustrations look so good. And when you open them up, the illustrations carry on inside the box as well, and I just think that's such a good attention to detail. So I've got 5 things in this box. The first thing is the daily moisturiser. I've got the exfoliating body wash, which is amazing in the shower. I've got the aftercare cream. This is for fresh tattoos. This is the only one that I haven't actually tried yet, so really excited to try that when I get a new tattoo. And the last 2 products, which I love so much. So the first one is the vibrancy serum. This is amazing when you go out and you want your tattoos to really pop, so it just helps to make your tattoos look like more intense. So like the blacks will just be really, really black. I think if you've got colour tattoos as well, this will look amazing when you put it on. It will just make it look so fresh and vibrant. It also says on here that it's got amino acid, so it acts as a skin conditioner with pH regulating properties and improves the clarity of skin and even skin tone. So yeah, really, really good product for like keeping your tattoos looking fresh. And then the last product in the set is the highlighting body oil. Again, I love using this when I go out. My skin can get a bit dry even if I do moisturise, and that can leave your tattoos looking a little bit dusty, which nobody wants. It comes in a spray, so you just spritz it on and it just makes your skin look glistening. And it comes in a lovely box. You can buy this as a gift set. It is a really good gift. I bought it for my boyfriend a couple of years ago for Christmas. So if you've got any friends that are tattooed, like, I'm sure they would love this. I've got a few friends that are tattooed and use this brand as well, and it's really nice. So all those products will just contribute not only to healthy skin, but also really nice, fresh looking tattoos. Another really important thing is when you go on holiday, make sure you use an SPF on your tattoos. You don't want to go burning them off. I'm going to demonstrate the vibrancy serum for you. So here it is. Packaging is just gorgeous. It's like a really nice matte metal tube. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's got this really nice pearlescent shift to it. So if I just apply that to half of my tattoo, you should be able to see the difference. Hopefully you can see that, but the blacks in the tattoo just look so much more crisp than the rest of it. And if you just compare that to like the rest of my tattoos up there, it just looks so much brighter and so much more crisp. If I show you on my bicep as well, if I again just apply it to half the tattoo, you can just see how much brighter that looks. And then all the way across, it's just intensified it more. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Stories in Ink for sending me those amazing bits, and thank you to all of the tattoo artists that have contributed to all of my tattoos, all of my body artwork. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please do subscribe before you go. You can follow me on Instagram, I'm at Alina. You can also follow me on TikTok, I'm the same, at Alina. I post a lot on TikTok and I do little chatty videos there, so if you want to see a bit more content from me, please do follow me over there. But other than that, I'll see you in my next video.